Hey everybody, I'm Amber Corinne from Vibe Magazine. So it's so nice to sit with y'all. I've watched the show, I've seen everything, and I'm a fan. And let's just kind of start with what is one moment from each of you that stands out, either about your performances, somebody else's performance, maybe something that a judge said. What is something that stands out? And we'll start with you, Yoshi.
Something that stands out, I would have to say my battery.
Oh yeah, okay. That makes sense.
My battery, because I'm a student of the game. I'm a student of the game, and I ain't want to do them like that, but I had to. You know what I mean? But I think that stood out the most because it tested me. I've never battle rapped in my life. I knew I possessed it, but I never did it, and just to go in and just, I don't know, I don't know. That was the standout moment for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Detroit Diamond.
For me, I feel like when we had that first performance on that big stage, so what was that? Our singles?
Dropped the single.
Yeah, the
mix.
I'm there like a pimp, bro.
She was not. She came with the.
No, look, I just felt like everything that I was imagining and manifesting while I was just performing back home in the little rinky-dink clubs or, just local spots, I always was I'm going to be on a stage like this, a big stage. So that first performance, it was
it was amazing.
Yeah, it was like a rush. And I just I got addicted to it after that. I'm well, we definitely not going home no time soon. So let's keep doing this. So yeah, that was it for me.
What about you, Tia?
Definitely similarly, the performance of our first singles for the show, it was definitely, I felt the most at home during that. That was probably the first time in the competition that I really felt like this, okay, I'm Tia P now. I don't have to do the battles. I ain't got to do this little audition thing. I can just, this is what I do. When I get on stage, there's a whole, I don't remember a lot of my performances because I'm so in it, you know what I mean? It's almost like a dissociation. I'm not crazy, but but that was, you know what I mean? But that was for me the most memorable because the audience is there. So now we feeding off each other. It's just, it's nothing like it in the world.
Performance was crazy too. The West, that was hard.
Audition too though, audition was crazy.
Yeah, but this was because we got to actually work on the beat. We got this felt
it was
more,
stuff.
So it was
producer,
more
go in the
us.
studio, make the song, do all the things like that.
And the production team, I can't speak for everybody's experience, but the production team was great, and that's where I'm at home, being in the mix of everything that comes out. So that was the one.
Love that. You, Dre?
For me, I know they gonna relate to this because they from Michigan. It was Eminem. You said that was your favorite. He really taught me how to rap. I still can't believe it. Seeing Eminem is really the reason that I won because to me, it's if I just rapped in front of Eminem, I could literally do anything. Right. The finale was not more scary than rapping in front of Eminem in Detroit. So that was the moment.
Where 8 Mile was filmed, it was all everything.
Right.
So I think for all of you, one of the big themes that I think played into a lot of your music was, things that you've been through, struggles. For each of you, what is it like to get on stage and speak about those real moments in your life, whether it's your mom, being incarcerated, your brother dying? How do you get on stage and kind of leave those emotions, behind and not break down when you're pretty much rapping about real life? How do you guys control that?
On my collab performance, I actually did break down at, I got through the performance. It was great that I wasn't able to look and see the screen because I feel like it probably would have took me there because it was very emotional. Even when we found out our songs and who we was collaborating with and stuff like that, I had a moment because during the filming time, it was the 10-year anniversary of my brother passing away. So everything that was happening was it was real life, that I was dealing with. But at the end of the day, I was I know this is who I'm doing it for. He was carrying me through the whole entire season, I would go and do a sound check and I would forget my words. But as soon as it was time to go perform, it'd be come on, you got to get this. You can't stop right now. So for me, it was just, it was inspiring, the whole thing. Yeah, I had to do it,
Yeah. And what about you, Dre? Even your final performance, your mom's call on stage, how did you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, especially like being like a black male and growing up like in the hood, you don't really express your emotions. It's not even encouraged to do so. Like, you're supposed to be tough, and they don't really, a lot of people don't really teach you or tell you that that's okay, but like specifically in hip hop, it is okay. And it's even like highlighted, like you're good for doing it.
Right,
So like I
health,
only felt
it.
like that gave me more confidence, because like we don't really like we don't really do that, or we're not taught to do that. So like it's only when I get up on the stage and I can express myself through the music, like I can really open up, and then that may help me do it off stage because I just did it in front of all these people.
It's therapy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For all, I guess just before we go, for all of you, who would you say was the toughest judge? Maybe, the easygoing judge? Like for you all, who was your favorite judge, and who was the toughest and most easygoing?
My favorite judge was probably Lotto, because it was just like, we was just very like, like we just, I don't know, I can't explain it, but we was just bonding from a distance. I think the toughest judge was, like I said, Callie again. He used to be, he wasn't playing with me, like, for real. I'm gonna have to say him, but he was dope, man. He always just, I think he seen the potential, and he was just like, Yoshi, you more than what you think. Just, so, yeah.
For me, I feel like it was pretty like a even playing field between all of them. I feel like Ludacris, for me personally, I feel like he was a little bit more invested in me. Like he saw a lot in. I feel like he saw a lot of himself in me, just like with my grind, and I mean, Lotto too, because she's a girl, and she also was a contestant on a rap show, and I don't know, Khaled, I feel like Khaled was just with the vibe, so like, he was him. He told, after my audition, he was like, they didn't believe in us, Rhythm and Flow did, like, like he was just him, so, I mess with all of them for real. The guest judges was actually, for me, the guest judges was more critical than our actual judges in some point. Like Remy was like Remy like standing on business, so she like this ain't that. So yeah, I appreciate all of them though.
The most difficult judge if I had to phrase it like that, would probably be, it's funny, I think for me I would say Khaled, because he'd be like, I'm just it's just like, yeah. But and I would probably say the most chill judge I thought was probably Luda. And I'm a big Luda fan because I love to have fun. Fun is a big part of my artistry in hip hop, and I definitely got a lot of that from growing up. My dad was a Ludacris fan, so like I grew up listening to not only just dope bars but entertaining stuff. So he was definitely probably for me one of the more chill. So yeah, Luda. Yeah. But shout out to Glow, because she was definitely showing up.
I say like, I feel like between Lotto, Luda, and Khaled, I just feel like they all was like connected with me and they liked my style. I didn't get much
because you and I was playing.
I didn't know no Khaled, like I didn't get much negative feedback throughout the whole show. Like maybe Luda gave me one thing that was like kind of negative, but they was all vibing with me. But I would say, by default, since none of them, probably Remy Ma, even though she was just a guest judge, but it was like she was the toughest in a good way because she real hip hop. And then my favorite judge, or the one that I feel like I connected with most, is Lotto. Just like being where she from and me being where I'm from, and her going through a TV show, she definitely gave like, this my homegirl, this my big sis type vibe. Even though it's just in these spaces, the energy was there. So like,
big elaborate on something. Okay, so like when I said Cali, I didn't mean it like he was difficult. It was back to what Diamond was saying. He was like, that's the word I was trying to find. He was like invested in me, but then I disappointed him, and he was like, Yoshi, what you doing, man? Like
You always hard on someone that you really care about. And you see something and you be hard on them, you know. So it's all love, you know. It's all love.
Yeah, even in the auditions, Big Sean, you know, he was there, like when I came out, and I'm like, this Detroit, like we here. So for him to be like as excited as he was when he seen me, and he was like, I'm representing the city beautifully, like that meant a lot to me, like coming from him, and it's gonna be lit. Like I'm excited, like it's lit. Big Sean turned me up.
Thank you all so much, and I'm sure everybody's so excited to see this season, and you know I can't wait for it to premiere so everybody else can see how amazing you all are.
You're so pretty, by the way. Like,
girl, we ready for it to premiere so we can see
been
what
ready
it's like.
Man, we staying up all night.